So today, we're going to go out on the F650 on a little spin. Oh, hell no. Just kidding. I'm sure most motorcyclists would take one look at this and say, nope, not today. But what's the point of living if you can't live a little? And as y'all can see here, I got these brand new Shinko 804, 805s on. Only time will tell if they can actually paddle through this powder. Cold weather start. Just see how she fires up. Give it a moment. There we go. Oh, easy. Alright. Seeing as I haven't rode snow in probably 15 years, it's kind of a new experience. And it's actually really slippery going down. And I've been watching people say, don't touch the front brake when you're riding in this junk. Alright. I'm going to go silent for a bit so I don't die. Well, so I don't try to die. So you can, I don't know if y'all can see me shaking my handlebars. I mean, you do have a little bit more control than I thought you would. So I'd say right now, the snow looks like it's about maybe an inch thick. Oh, there they are. Snow plows getting it done. That's why I wanted to come out. That's why I wanted to come out of my neighborhood. Whoa! Alright, when you engine brake, you can feel the bike instantly slide. It's kind of hard to describe because, it's a lot deeper over here. Probably because I'm like on a corner. But you can feel the bike slide like almost both directions because you got two tires. So, man, people's trash falling out. Man, I was gonna help them out, but it seems like it's all these trash cans. That stinks. And I also know that people tell you, when you're moving through snow or sand, I don't do off-road. The only time I do is when I'm forced on a road that I need to take, and it just so happens to be off-road. But they tell you not to slow down when you're already moving. But yeah, in terms of power delivery, I don't think this bike struggles at all. What are you doing, buddy? I'm waiting for you, because God knows you probably don't see me. I'm sure he's probably out here. What in the heck is this guy doing? Yeah, but I'm definitely not having an issue. I mean, again, as long as you're keeping the bike upright, I don't see it as, I don't see it as an issue as long as you can keep the bike upright. And I know that's kind of funny because it's like, well, that's kind of the goal, right? Keep the bike upright. But as far as turning, I mean, these are brand new tires, but even in the comparison from yesterday when it was raining to today, you can feel how much looser the front is. And here I'm an engine brake. Oh, shit. I don't know if anyone saw that, but if you go to engine brake, like you just let off, you can feel the rear tire slide out from underneath you. So yeah, in terms of, oh, we're getting little hills in the snow now. This is fun. Yeah, this is what snowboard people do when they don't snowboard anymore. They just come out on their motorcycles to drive through that powder. Yeah, so engine braking, I'm going to rule against as the primary way to slow down. Definitely think that I might need to pull a little Rossi with my foot, put it down to the side, pretend like I'm in MotoGP. But yeah, rear brake, do I dare click the front? Yeah, don't touch the front brakes either. I know they say stopping power is 70% on that front brake. Well, you don't want to touch it. Do not touch that. So this, if you're going to be riding in snow, you want to be going slow enough where your motorcycle can account for that 25% stopping power on that rear brake. So yeah, if you have some interstate traveling you need to do, well, you ain't going to be doing any interstate traveling, let me tell you. Because you're going to be going awfully too slow. Alright, we're going to do a slight turn. I want to see it try to power up this hill and see if there's any issues. I remember when I had my truck out in Colorado, you would drive up the mountain and the rear tires would just be fishtailing all over the mountain as you tried to power. Which is why they say you need chains. Alright, so I'm actually, there's that rear tire again, yeah. So even just trying to go up a little tiny neighborhood in your hill like this is, I feel bad for all these people's trash cans. Trying to go up a little hill in a little neighborhood like this, I mean, I am going 15 miles an hour right now. A whopping 15. So yeah, reality says if you're going to be riding in like snow like this, you pretty much aren't going to be going fast. Otherwise, you're going to take a little stumble. I'm hoping I don't build. Alright, we're going to do a little MotoGP. Dangle that leg here as I'm making up this turn. Try to keep that bike as upright as possible. And you know, on the F650, there are a lot of people out. Who in the heck leaves their homes at 5 in the morning? But I totally forgot what I was saying. Left leg, Rossi, MotoGP. Oh yeah. So, anyways, this on this bike, since the wheelbase is already pretty small. I mean, yeah, you can like grind your pegs on the ground. I personally do not like leaning that far over on this bike. It's, yeah. You can do it if you have the skill and the traction for it. But for the most part, I try to keep this bike as upright as possible, so you'll see me kind of leaning off a lot and trying to put my body more into the turns than the bike itself. We got dogs barking at me. That means they're either been left outside all night or they had just woken up to go potty. I don't know. I'm not a dog owner. But, yeah, so as far as stopping goes, it seems like you want to clutch in and use the rear brake because engine braking is almost too much. You know, I bet people would be confused as hell to see my old tire tracks. They'll be like, why is there only one of them? Where's the other tire? Because, you know, most people don't ride their motorcycle in the, you know, okay, yeah, we're gonna help our neighbors out. I just can't sit here. Oh, it's really deep over here. We're gonna come to a stop. We're gonna help the trash cans out. I can't just sit here and drive by like I didn't see nothing. Yeah, don't think you're gonna be given a lot of gas. My pin lock is starting to fog up. Despite having a million vent ports. A lot of work fixing trash cans. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna be coming out here doing some U-turns either. It's gonna be a slow and steady Windsor race. Well, let's go see how the snowplows have been doing. It's a little scary, but part of the reason I wanted to come out at this time opposed to any other time is because I figured there'd be no one else on the road. Because, hey, if you're going to be an idiot, at least be an idiot alone. That's... Alright, we're gonna take this up, see how fast I can actually go. It's kind of getting hard to see, you know, the visor's fogging up. Another car. Why are all these people leaving their houses this early? So right now I'm going 25 up a hill and staying in first. Oh, goodness. Oh, that front brake, I'm telling you, you do not want to touch that front brake. So I'm honestly more concerned about ice than I am anything else. In the great old state of Minnesota, they do not let you stud your tires. I did see that you can... Well, first off, I am in no position to give legal advice, but from what I read, or what I think I read, is you are able to chain your tires in Minnesota. But, alright, this is the first time we're shifting to second. Lean off the bike here, not sure if you can see that. Try to keep it up as upright as possible. This guy's turning left. So these are things that we want to look out for, you know. Snow or not, we want to ensure that they see us. And ain't nobody coming out here expecting a motorcycle. So yeah, like right here you can feel it's getting real loosey-goosey on that front tire. Yeah, so anyways, back to the chains. I'm pretty sure I read that you can... Yeah, so any slight turn or lean on the front tire and it's gonna slip. So yeah, if I'm remembering right, or read it right, you can have chains, I believe, on your vehicles in Minnesota. But during life-saving emergencies, you could argue, for me, this would be a life-saving emergency. Don't know if that accounts for stupidity. Oh, God, front brake habits, man. You will slide that shit. Good thing I had my foot down before I started pumping that. We're gonna use that rear brake, clutch in, get right up into here. My hand's already getting cold. And keep in mind, like these, I've got heated grips on this bike, like, but because my hand is constantly having to hold the clutch for better control. So yeah, studs are out of the question. I got these knobbies on. They're pretty much brand new. They've got 100, 150 miles on them since I last. Alright, so we're gonna remove my hand from the clutch, which I actually do not like, but I need to put it on the heated part because my hand's getting cold. Just something to be cognizant of, because I definitely feel like I want to be pulling in that clutch to let off the power. I mean, the reality is, yes, you can do this, but I don't know if it's the recommended way. If you need the motorcycle out in a pinch, you can do it as long as they're not going on interstate. And also keep in mind, I've got knobbies on these tires, so they are capable of paddling through the fresh pow we got going on. But I mean, when it's below freezing temperatures, I mean, everybody's biggest concern really should be ice. But again, just looking at like the things you would need, definitely like one of those hand mitts that they sell, because my hand is getting cold because it is exposed to the wind. Oh yeah, fishtailing that back tire is going to be commonplace. Make sure you're letting off the throttle when you start fishtailing. And I hope this video turns out. And if this video doesn't turn out, well, you know I died. Yeah, man, I don't know if you all can see it through the stoplight here, but my pin lock, I mean, God bless the pin lock. I love it. I swear up and down. I think they are a necessity. Whoa. Oh, we're going both ways. One drive. People out here with their four-wheel drive. I'm out here on my one-wheel drive. Yeah, the power delivery is absolutely marginal. We are gonna get off this powder. I mean, yeah, you can get through it, but not ideal. So yeah, I'm on a public road. The speed limit on this road's like 35, if I'm not mistaken. And 20, I'm going 15 miles under the speed limit. Granted, that's probably what you should be doing if you're driving a car, but we know that most cagers, well, they like to think, I've got all-wheel drive mates. I can go 100 miles an hour down this road and be just fine. Yeah, so I don't know if I finished my point before I got distracted by my snotty nose. Yeah, so Colorado, they actually don't use salt on their roads, they use gravel. So that actually might be better if you are in a place where you have that snow gravel mix. Because here in Minnesota, I'm pretty sure they just salt everything. Salt. That's why you see a lot of cars that are all rusted out here. But yeah, if your intent is to ride in the winter, yes, I think it can be done. I try to avoid the snowstorms. I mean, you know, the one time when I rode the 15 years ago or whatever it was in Colorado, it had told me that there was so it was actually supposed to be a 30% chance of rain. 30% chance of rain with like a high of 60. And I was like, you know what, I'll take those chances. Well, on the way back, it ended up snowing, and I got caught on, I'm kind of struggling to remember the road name, I think it's the I-25. I got stuck on the I-25 between Denver and the Springs. On the interstate, riding through the snow in a mesh jacket, mesh gloves. I got home, and man, I felt terrible. And there wasn't, I mean, because I was, you know, going straight on the interstate, there wasn't any turns on that, and traffic was like standstill. So I was moving at a slow pace. I made it home just fine, albeit probably had like some frostbite. Man, I saw the, so I'm powering up my driveway just fine. It's slippery, even on my feet. Yeah, when I started pulling in here, I saw my rain suit. I was like, oh, who's in my garage? Hey there, neighbor. I don't know if y'all ever played that game. I certainly haven't. I'm a little old for that. But I've seen the YouTube videos. But there you all have it. Just some tips for riding in the snow. And I got my jollies out for the day. Oh, and actually, one last thing I do want to say too. It's not even so much that you can't do this. You absolutely can, as we just saw. But I mean, it's 4 a.m. We saw what, like 2-3 cars out. And even on that main road, that cop was going probably like 40-50 as he passed us. Not to say he can't, but my point is, if they need to stop and they can't stop, you need to have it in your head that you're just not going to be able to throttle and escape. No, you're going to die. So you are also more vulnerability because the things that make you or that are your strengths are seriously degraded because of the snow. So anyways, keep that in mind too. I would not be doing this as a choice unless you got studs, but even I watched a lot of YouTube videos before doing this, and even the people with studs seemed pretty freaked out by what they were doing. So it doesn't seem like it's a ideal situation. Yeah, you can do it in a pinch, but probably should avoid it. All right, later.